live stream. And yesterday we were at the beach, so I had to reschedule it because there was no there was no Wi-Fi there, and I was shocked. I'm like, man, what's going on? I had been there before and had Wi-Fi, but this time there was none. So I went all the way up to the top and finally got a 3G. I was able to make my announcement. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. I want to give a shout out to my buddy Sal in Chicago. What's going on, Ingram? The NTZ is in the house. I'm going to holler at you, Sal, after the... hey, Chriselle, what's going on? Smoky Mountain Modeler. I'm going to holler at you after the live stream because I'm on my phone today, guys. I'm sorry. I took my phone to the beach. And see, that's how YouTube does it. Hey, George Mason, what's going on? However you register your live, that's how you have to do it. They're not in sync. Benny G, what's going on from Detroit? Wow. Jason Flint, what's going on, brother? Glad to see everybody. I'll do a little roll call until we get some people on here. Hey, Brandon McLean from Alabama. Wow. I used to own some land down in Elkmont, Alabama. Bobby G in the house. Timothy Bright, what's up? Victor Soto Orocha. Man, I like saying that name. Rag Jam Rock. Jammin, was it Jammin Johnson? Well, you guys got some names. Hey, Antron Rumpf, thanks for that DNA kit, man. I'm going to donate it, brother. Anton Willard. Let's see how many people we got on here. Oh, yeah, we got 60 people. I got to move that over. I can't see it. All right, yeah. Let's see. Right there. Okay, yeah. Dave Johnson, what's up, man? There's a Tennessee traveler. Oh, is John in the house? I didn't see him. Hey, Gregory Calhoun, thank you, man. He said, I really enjoy you. We'll get a few more people on here. Yeah, man, you my man too, brother. I appreciate you, Gregory Calhoun. I'm waiting on the winner of our spin wheel last night. Hey, Sam Champion. Says my wife likes your show as well as I do. Tell her thank you. Sam, what is your wife's name so I can give her a shout out? Hank Main Time 6. Hey, brother, how's the sweet spot today? Man, it's always beautiful, man. I tell you the truth. Let me shut this door. The kids left the door open. I got the air on because I'm going to tell you, it's smoking outside. And since I'm not on my laptop, I said, well, hell, I'm not even going to try to do it out there. What's up, Doug? Oh, okay. He was chatting with me earlier. Retired 2019. Okay, guys. I'm just going to get started. And then, of course, I'm going to answer your questions, any questions you got. And if I can't answer them, one of the NTZ will answer them. I got a lot of emails about, is the Philippines open for tourists? No. Only valid and existing visas are allowed to enter. Remember, they had barred foreigners totally from the Philippines. Well, now they let them back in if you got an existing visa or valid visa, or balik-bayan, or the children of a Filipino, a spouse and child of a Filipino, they can get in. But yes, it's not open, guys. And the United States still has a Philippines labeled as a level 4 travel advisory. Hey, Levon White. So they don't want you to come here anyway. I was reading in the Manila Times today, and they were talking about, you know, the Philippines needs to rethink that herd immunity strategy because it's not going to work. You know, the minute that they announced it, they said it's not going to work. The author of the article said that the Philippines only has 1.5 million people vaccinated right now to this day, May the 3rd, 2021. their goal of 70 million. So they'll need to do 68.5 million more. So that would be 280,000 a day starting May the 1st. That includes weekends and holidays. And that it's not going to happen. And it says, remember that most of the COVID-19 vaccines available require 2 doses. So, you know, and this is from May 1st to December the 31st. So it's not going to open, guys, this year. Unless it's a miracle, man. It's going to take a miracle. And we believe in miracles, though. Hey, Vince Lawson, thanks for that super chat. What's going on, nephew? Johnny, New York, what's going on? Let's see. Okay, New York in the house. Also, if you are, even for the foreigners that are allowed to come in, look at these restrictions you got to have. You have to have a pre-booked accommodation at an approved quarantine hotel. Okay? And you have to be tested for COVID on the 6th day from your date of arrival in the country. So even if they let you in and you fail that test, because these tests here are not accurate. They're having problems here. I've got a friend right now who is quarantined in the hospital up in Lausanne. They're going to let him out today. Guess why? He tested positive. 3 days later, he tested negative. But guess what? He was supposed to went home because his mother's in, grave health. Lost his reservation, lost his money, all because now his wife was negative. See, but he was positive. They treated him like a pariah. Now this is his words, but I knew it was. See? Let's see who this is. Hey, thanks Sean McMahon for that super chat. He says, when we help other people, we help ourselves. Keep helping Filipinos, Sir Calvin. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. I am. I'm waiting on the winner of last night's spin wheel. She's going to come over. She was from San Carlos. And she's going to pick up her 1,000 pesos. She's happy. I know she is, man. That really, really helps, man. Yeah, he tested positive. Screwed his whole travel plans up. They threw him in this is his words, a dirty, decrepit hospital quarantine room, mold everywhere. 3 days later, he's negative. Now they're going to let him out. So now he can go home. So be careful, man, with these tests. I'm afraid to take them. Hey, Philip, what's your situation right now, brother? I was just talking about you. Hey, Carmen, everyday struggle. I seen you today, Paul. Thank you for the change. Wow. Shout out to James Lyons. Yeah, man, it's tough to get in here right now. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. As much as I want y'all back, it's not a good time to be in the Philippines right now, man. But who am I to say? But honestly, it's not a good time to be here, man. And I know some of y'all miss y'all loved ones and your girlfriend to be. But I don't think what you'd have to go through to get here is worth, well, I don't know. Maybe it is worth putting your arms around her, making love to her, spending time with her. But you're going to have to go through a lot. Not only when you get here, but unless your situation is just perfect. If you're flying into Manila and she lives in Manila, or you flying in Cebu and she lives in Cebu. Otherwise, she's got to take the test coming in. She's got to make sure she passes it. And, and then wherever you land, that's where you basically stuck. You can't really travel. The travel restrictions only in that same little area. Yeah, Carmen, if I was you, I'd wait. Hey, Herbert Williams, what's going on? From Atlanta, Georgia, yeah. Okay, Sam Champion said, please give Neil Likes a shout out. All right, brother. Neil Likes. Yeah, you'd have to be, and I'm going to tell you, I'll give you a perfect example. There's a couple that's got a real popular YouTube channel, They just so happened to get stranded on Surigao Island, in Surigao City rather, right on the beach, and they made the best of it. They really got a great channel, one of the few channels I watch. But if you get stuck in somewhere, man, after that 2 weeks over with and, the dust and settled, you're going to be miserable, man, Hey, Jerome Morgan, he said, me and my wife can't wait to come back to the Philippines. Now, see, you could get in because you're married to a Filipino. Hey, Curtis, what's going on? But yeah, right now, really not a good time, man, because luckily, see, I'm in the right place at the right time, but I wasn't at first. I had to go through a whole lot to get from Zamboanga City to here. I had to take that test, the medical certificate, police clearance, get proof from the LGU here, then do a 14-day quarantine. See, and it wasn't easy, but it was worth it. But now, I'm in a good spot, and then there's some nice areas around here we can go to in Negros Occidental. Like I said, Lackawanna Island, Sapalai, Sapaway. We went to Escalante yesterday. But yeah, right now, this isn't the Philippines that you're used to right now. And then remember, see, I never even said anything about, there's a raging pandemic over here, guys. The COVID. You don't want to come over here and get sick, man. They're even thinking that maybe what's happening in India can happen over here, man. Really. Frank Ellis, what's going on? He said that people just need to slow down. The Philippines ain't going nowhere. That's right. And that's exactly what I'm saying. I would wait till it blows over, because why would you even want to come here and get sick? And then, we were talking at the beach yesterday, and they said, yeah, it don't even affect 99.1 people or 99.7, whatever it is. But what if you that 0.3? See, we don't know. You don't know how it's going to affect you. One of them that the damn virus kills. Is it worth it? Your life worth it? No. It's not worth it, guys. One other thing I wanted to talk about here. Remember, everybody always asks me, is it safe over here? Well, and we always talk about other things, but look, the road is the most dangerous place in the Philippines. When you're either a passenger in a vehicle or you behind the wheel of a vehicle or motorcycle. Here's what happened last night. An army truck plowed into 5 vehicles, 2 houses, 2 killed. It says the driver was being detained at the police station as they await decision of the affected families and owners of the vehicles on whether, listen to this, to press charges or settle with the driver. Now, he was in the army, probably speeding, couldn't negotiate a curve, plowed into 5 vehicles into a house, killed 2 people on a motorcycle. He says he was speeding and missed the curve. There's no telling. Was the brakes working? Because there's a lot of dilapidated vehicles, man. We saw one yesterday at the beach. But yeah, this is the most dangerous place in the Philippines when you're on the road. Excuse me. Has nothing to do with, you being robbed and anything like that. But guy asked me what the exchange rate is. Right now it's went down, man. It's 48.11. Which, as long as it stays at 48, I'm fine. But yeah. Now imagine if I was in Kentucky and that was me and I plowed into those vehicles and rented that house and killed 2 people, there would be no waiting on the family to decide to press charges. I would be charged. Probably negligent homicide or anything. Depending on what they find out, could be murder. Yeah. Yeah, Ingram, that's true. Chriselle, she says, let your Filipino wait a little longer, because I'm going to tell you something, man. Wouldn't that be something if you came over here, they let you in and everything, and your Filipina gives you COVID? Because she's not taking the test, guys. Nobody over is taking the test. Benny G said, hey, Calvin, any new updates on the land you purchased? Yeah, we go to pick up and I'm glad you asked that. We go to pick up the survey today, but see, we got problems, man. And see, my girlfriend, she didn't make it clear to me. These fools who land adjoins ours, okay, they see we're getting the survey. He sends out his caretaker to put up a damn fence, and it's on our side of the land. See, that's the kind of stuff that gets you killed over here, man. You know, and I asked my girlfriend, I said, well, what did you do? Oh, I told him, but now this morning I said, did you really tell them? No, I didn't. Well, why did you tell me that you did? You know, now we got to go over there. This clown's on our land because that's how they do business over here. How dare you put up a fence and you don't have a survey? You're just doing it by the eye. And then you got the caretaker to do it, man. I'm telling you, man, I'm pissed off, man, about that. Because I don't want any trouble, man. Yeah, David. He said, yeah, wow, be careful. Right, I don't want any problems. But they see us out there. Hey, Jenna Lynn, good morning. Doing the survey, and then he sends somebody out there to do the daggone, put the fence up. Man, I'm pissed, man, really. Hey, Robert Morris, thanks for that super chat. He says, Calvin, you are right about the roads. My girl's uncle was killed 2 weeks ago while doing roadway work. We have a lawyer now to press charges. Yeah. And I forgot to put that on my, you know, when I'm talking about the dangers of overseas. But man, I'm going to tell you something. These roads over here, man, the people are in a hurry for some reason over here. I don't have no idea. Hey, Don Ridgway, what's up, brother? That's my homeboy from Louisville, Kentucky. But yeah, they're always in a hurry over here. I'm like, where are you going, man? You know, slow down. You know, they're always in a hurry. Half of them or more do not have a driver's license. It's too expensive over here. That's another thing that makes you scratch your head and wonder, that don't make no sense. Why would the driver's license be so expensive when you know that people can't afford it? But remember, it's none of our business. See, but that's one of those things where you say, man, it don't make sense. Well, it's not supposed to make sense over here. And it's never going to make sense to you. A lot of things that's real life over here. But that's one of them, man. Yeah, 200 people watching. 35, is that 35 or 85? 85. Come on, y'all, hit that. Also, I want to say this. Ever since we did that video on Gayle, it's been some people on my case, you know, saying, hey, they don't agree with the way we went after Gayle's father and blah, blah this and blah, blah that, okay? Listen, I said at least 3 times in the disclaimer, this is the Gregory Mitchell we're looking for. One guy even said, you don't need to be saying his name. Which Gregory Mitchell are we talking about, man? There's a lot of them. That's why we had such a hard time finding them. We didn't give any specifics. We just said Gregory Mitchell. That's it. You know, but they're taking his side, and I'm like, man, look, no matter what you say, the world is a better place for what we're trying to do for Gayle. Because when you get a lot of people like us coming together, strangers that we don't know Gayle, working together for a common solution, man, the world's a better place. Imagine if everybody did that in their own little space, man, how much we could get done. So yeah, we gave Gayle some hope. Right now to this day, she's walking on air right now. See, she's got some hope. And if Gregory Mitchell is watching, a guy messaged me today, his situation was similar. His daughter was born in 1971, was looking for him. Finally found him. There was no liability. You know, there was no child support or anything like that he has to pay. See, I know how we think over there. That's probably why he doesn't want to come forward and do the right thing. Okay? Because he's thinking, well, hell, that's 30 years of child support. Gayle don't want a nickel from you anyway. That's just how it is. Yeah, Jason, he said, Calvin, no matter what you do, people are going to be hateful. Yeah, I know, but, you know, what was we supposed to do? I mean, I don't understand why they're taking his side. This guy's had 30 years. Imagine the situation he's left Gail in. And he knew about it. That's the problem that I've got with these guys. I could see if he didn't know. Yeah, he knew. He gave the mother money for a procedure. She kept the money, went back to the province, showed back up 8 months pregnant, spoke with him and his CO about it, see. But the hell with that. Hey, Frederick, what's going on, brother? But yeah, we gave Gail some hope, and she is so thankful to everybody for that. On my video yesterday, when I said that one of the misconceptions Filipinos have of foreigners, I said they think we're snobs. They think we look down our noses at them, that we're better than them, that they're inferior. And I said, you know, Filipinos like when you come over here and act like them. Just act like a regular Filipino. Well, guy, he said, well, Calvin, what do you mean by that? He said, what do you mean act like a Filipino? Well, you know, of course, we have a few more dollars. We can do some things differently, but here's what I've done. If you get on a series liner, a bus, see, they're going to respect you for that. They're going to be shocked because you're with the locals when you go from, say, from here to Dumaguete. You get on a bus. See, that's acting like a regular Filipino. Not like you're better, like renting a van. You're too good to ride the series liner. Something like that. Or, say for instance, if I'm going from here to Toledo, Cebu, I will ride the light ferry sometimes, or the fast cat ferry to go over there. See, they like stuff like that. If you try dried fish, you know, street food, things that are authentically 100% Filipino, and they see you trying that, they give you big respect for that. And because you'll say, okay, I'm not above, you know, riding the bus with y'all. Because some people, they won't ride it. They'll fly everywhere or they'll rent a van. You know, that's just a waste of money, guys. And you eventually, hey, Rod, I'm still checking on that. I haven't given up. But yeah, some people act like they're too good to ride these buses. They've got some nice air-conditioned buses, but that's the sort of thing I'm saying. Like, you know, act like a Filipino. I didn't say kiss nobody's butt or anything. Yeah, Stephen Casey, I don't know why anyone would take a van. Well, they do, you know, believe it or not. Regular Joe Travis said, what's up, Calvin? Got to be humble. You know, but Filipinos like it when you do that. I go to church. You go to church and you sit there with them at the church. See, that sort of stuff, they like to see you doing that. Yeah, Stephen K. Van's a big waste of money. Now, yesterday, we had to take a van because there were so many of us. We went to the beach. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just, you know, I ain't going to ride no bus to Dumaguete with them people, chickens on there and everything. Hey, Michael Cosby, thanks for that super chat. He said, when I married my ex, my family side threw rice on us as we walked by, and her family side started catching it. They cooked it for the reception. Wow. Really? Is that true? Or is that funny? Is that a joke? Yeah. But yeah, eat rice or something like that. Or, you know, go over to their house and sit down and have dinner with them, man. David Milligan says, I've been studying Visaya and Tagalog. It's good, but here's the funny part, David. You're going to speak that to them. They're going to speak English back to you every single time. It never fails. But I do it anyway, because that's how you get to learn the language, man. Yeah, that's what I do. I'll say, Maayong buntag, and they'll say good morning. I'll say, Maayong gabi, they'll say good evening. Whatever it is, you know. But see, when you try to learn the language, that's another thing they really like. See? Because they saying, you know, they think that we're better than, you know, that we don't respect their culture. Their cultures, rather. Yeah, David said, I love how they, yeah, they'll mix English and Messiah in a minute. They'll call it Taglish. That's what they call it. Doug Greer said, "You're so correct. Just be yourself and treat people the way you want to be treated." It's absolutely, and that's what they like, because they're very humble. See, okay, H tags. He said, "I take a van so I can have aircon." Well, the series has aircon. I mean, it's so cold. Believe it or not, I had to wear a sweatshirt one time. I rode it from Zamboanga City to Depoluk City. I mean, it was really, really cold. H-Tag says, but I walk most places I go. Yeah, well, hell, you and John will get along. John rides, he walks everywhere. Stephen K. said, Doug Greer, I thought you said threaten the people the way you would be threatened. That's funny. But one guy asked me, he says, what is it really about the Philippines that you like, other than the women, he says. He really wants something. And, it's two things I really like. And I say this all the time, this first one. It's the freedom I have over here. See, I don't vote, I don't pay taxes. So nothing's expected of me over here. See, I don't have anything to do with the day-to-day operation of the Philippines. So, as long as I stay in my lane, as long as I respect the people, respect their traditions and their cultures, I don't have anything to worry about, man. That's freedom, see, to me. And also, I was able to have a new beginning when I came over here. I was kind of like recreated my life when I came over here. It's just a new beginning. You don't have to start all the way over, but you can restart your life. That was a good thing about the Philippines because they'll let you do it. They're not going to bother you over here. And that's really, really two of the best things I really like about it, other than, the obvious for guys, because, maybe I could have been considered a sex pet because I was coming over to see a woman initially. But now, I promise you, man, if I didn't have a woman, I would still be here because Philippines is really nice, man. I've really gotten accustomed to it. He said, don't make me roll after it. Thanks for that super chat. He said, thanks for your boots on the ground view. Hey, I appreciate it, man. And I just do it because nobody else is really doing it, man. People are saying that now. Sal told me the other day, he said, man, I've been looking at other videos. He said, man, you're influencing a lot of people. They're changing their content because of what you're doing. And I was like, well, I take it as a compliment. As long as it's helping people, that's all. I'm not saying anything earth-shattering, trust me. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I just like to, say some common sense stuff that people bypass because on YouTube, it's a lot of times it's all about entertainment, and we bypass the things that are really important. Yeah, Ellis, he says the Philippines is a simple life here. And that's another good thing. Gregory Calhoun said, hey, Calvin, I love Filipino women, but I love the country. Hey, Ennis Montgomery, thanks for that super chat. He said, hey, big brother Calvin, give this to our little sister Gail. Let's see. No matter what, we have her back. Keep making us proud, brother. I appreciate it, man. Yeah. Yeah. Now, the situation. I'll give it to her, though. I'm going to give it a whole 20, even though, YouTube's going to take their 40% or whatever it is. And I don't discourage people from doing super chats and super stickers, but that's just how it is. But, I'm going to give that to her today. Because I'll see her. Gail's got a little small, I don't know what it would be called, a cooking business, but she's got a table, and if you go on my Sunshine Shoulders Facebook page, I stopped by there one day and we took a picture. She's got an umbrella, she's got the menu and the food, some chairs, and they sell rice and different stuff like that. Destination Unknown TV, about 40%. But see, YouTube encourages you to do that because, see, when people call you an e-beggar, YouTube knows that they don't really pay you a whole lot. A very, very small percentage of people really make good money on here, okay? most of us little guys like me scrap and scrape to get by. So YouTube creates the super chat, the super sticker, things like that to help us earn more money, see? Because nobody's really going to sit through those ads that they put on your screen. And then if you don't get a whole lot of views, you know, you're not really going to earn a whole lot. And see, that's what these guys don't realize. They say, well, you just earn your money off your channel. They don't understand it. They're just trying to be a-holes is what they're trying to do. Really, that's really all they're trying to do. They don't understand that very few people even get monetized here. It is hard to get monetized. Hey, thanks, Sam Champ. He said you're a, let me see. I don't want to fool with this damn phone because you know it'll start messing up. He said, Calvin, you're a fast rising star on YouTube among Philippine bloggers. Well on your way to 18,000 subscribers in such a short time. It's because of people like that are watching this live stream right now. Without my viewers and subscribers, I'm nothing. Believe it or not. And I want to thank y'all for the 17,600 subscribers that I got. You know, but see, YouTube doesn't pay us by subscribers. They pay us by views. And that's just how it is, man. I didn't create the rules. They did. He says he hates those ads. It makes me hate those companies even more. But, you know, at least YouTube was way out in front of everybody else. You can get paid on Facebook, but hell, the numbers are even crazier than on Facebook. I mean, on YouTube. Imagine this, man. You got to get 1,000 subscribers first, and then 4,000 watch time hours. I always remind y'all of this. That's hard to do, man. Believe it or not. And yeah, a lot of people like that Christian Filipina dating site, they reached out to me, but I'm not going to be a hypocrite and, you know, even if it means a few extra dollars, because I don't advocate online dating. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, you know, it's legal, but I don't advocate it for the Philippines. Hey, AJ Eckley, what's going on? Thanks for that super chat. He said, good evening, Calvin. I see you wearing them chest stones a lot. Hey, man, I'll tell you what, AJ Eckley, I told you it's one of my prized possessions, brother. Thanks for clarifying the subject on the travel ban today. Yeah, see, that was clickbait, AJ, really what they did. Because they knew Philippines reopens for foreigners. That's a really misleading line that they gave you, man. It's really pissed me off. Hey, thanks Lamont Smith for that super chat. He says, salute, brother. You still have your cash out. I do. It's, you know, $ capital C and then, you know, lowercase ALVIN and capital R56. If you go on my YouTube channel, it's under my description and my comments. William Wright said, when will they open? Well, I doubt if they open this year. They, you know, because they're trying to get herd immunity, and man, it's going to be, they just don't have the vaccines, number one, and then the rollout is so slow. You got to realize they're trying to vaccinate 70 million people. As of today, May the 3rd, they've only got 1.5 million, man. That's not going to get it. The year's almost halfway over, guys. You got to understand that. You know, that's just how it is. You know, they've got 68.5 million more, but they just don't have the vaccines to do it. Hey, M&M Journey, good morning. Thank you. Is that her?
Yeah.
Make sure you take the picture, honey. That's the winner from last night. So we'll take the picture and everything. We'll put it on my Sunshine Shoulders Facebook page. Yeah, and it's really not the Philippines that I fell in love with, man. I love it here because I'm in a sweet spot right now. But if I was in some place like Zamboanga, man, I'd be miserable, man, right now. Not because it's Zamboanga, but because, you know, I'd be locked in that that compound down there, man, it's just not a whole lot of movement there. It's, and then of course, you got all that other stuff going on down there, see. But yeah, no, they want, it would take a miracle, and see with what's going on in India, that's taking everybody's attention. See, so by them focusing on India, they're neglecting the Philippines. Frank Stein says, thanks for your timely information about the Philippines. I have close friends who live in CDO and Comigan there. Filipino, let's see what he says. I've become great friends with. You've taught me a lot about them. I love Cagayan de Oro. I had a real close family. I was there. They were one of them middle class, the upper middle class families, because their grandmother lived in San Francisco, and she built this beautiful house. It was the first time I ever seen that other side of the Philippines. They had a car, they had everything, and we went to Comigan, and man, it was nice. It's like I want to say, it's because so long ago, it's 2010, I want to say it's like a 3-hour ride from Cagayan de Oro. Then you have to take a 45-minute ferry. Not really, ferry, but not one of them fancy ferries. Yeah. And John Gotti, that's his name, said, Mr. Calvin, you're a good man. We have your back. New York crew, you're a man that says what he means and means what he says, man. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. But yeah, if you're able to come over and you're able to go, if you're in northern Mindanao, because remember, Mindanao is vast, man. It's not the part of Mindanao where they tell you, well, the United States doesn't want you to go to Mindanao, period. But I have to disagree with them with this one, guys. All of Mindanao is not bad. It's just a small portion of Mindanao. Cagayan de Oro is not bad. Comigan Island is not bad. It's a lot of foreigners live on Comigan Island. And if you're able to go there, man, please go there. Go to Comigan Island. No, Eminem Journey. She didn't win it. The lady's here already who won it. She's in there. She was from San Carlos. She came here to pick it up, which I was glad, because a lot of times, you got to find these people's houses, man, and when they live in these squatters areas, man, it's hard to do, especially that phase 1. Oh, yeah, E.A. Deuce says, General Santos, yeah, it's good. Now, I like it there, and remember, I'm not going to tell you it's safe. It's safe for me because of my lifestyle. But if you got a lifestyle, you respect the people, you go down there, you ain't looking for trouble. I like General Santos. I put it in my expat alley now. And they've got some beautiful beaches about 45 minutes south of there. But yeah, General Santos is like, it's not as big as Davao and them places, but you got everything in General Santos as you got in those other places. I liked it. And then you've got the Sarangani province, which is about 45 minutes south of there. The most beautiful beaches you ever seen. But now remember this. I was in General Santos before, and I'm playing Scrabble with an older man. Come to find out he was NPA, but see, the NPA don't have problems with you, man. They got problems with the government. There's a lot. My girlfriend that I'm living with right now, her uncle is NPA right here in St. Carlos. There's a lot of them, man. They're not going to bother you, man. Really. It's just how it is. They don't have a problem with you. And screwing you over is not going to forward their mission any further, really. Jim Burns said, what do you think about the guy that got murdered in Colombia? Have you paid attention to it? Yeah. Rest in peace to that brother, man, and condolences to his family. He was one of us trying to live his dream, I'm not going to blame the victim. I just, in my opinion, a lot of mistakes was made there. He just wasn't there long enough for me, guys. You can't come over here and doing he was making some major moves in a very short time. Now, Colombia is not the Philippines, man. And, you know, its reputation already precedes itself. You know, I would, if I had the kind of money he's got, man, I'd be chilling over there until I knew everybody that was anybody. Because, you know, he was trying to buy property in a bad neighborhood, in a bad place. The police said it. You know, I mean, he spent a lot of money, man. With a woman he just met online, you know. Been over there 4 months, man. You know, it's 2 years I've been here in San Carlos. And I'm just now, we're able to buy that land, but it's nowhere near what he's trying to buy. I mean, it's not even a fraction of what he's trying to buy over there, man. You cannot be dealing with, man, that kind of money. Remember, I told you we're invisible over here. You start dealing with that kind of money, they're going to see you. You're not going to be invisible anymore. And I just think, you know, but who am I to say he's moving too fast? But I just think, you know, man, you got to know a little bit more about, yeah, Jim, he says they say don't be worth more dead than alive. And see, that's probably what's the situation with him. Jump in Colombia, man, that's a lot of money. And then from the, you know, the videos I've been seeing, man, there was no contract. You know, you could just look at the guys' faces he was dealing with, and I'm like, man, that's a red flag. He was already stressed out. He already had some misgivings about dealing with the people. Man, that's that gut feeling. You got to trust that, guys. You can't let that pass. You know, if you smell a rat, man, it's probably a rat. You know, get the hell out of there. Yeah, it's a lot of money, man. But, you know, like I said, condolences to him, man. You know, because see, you know, here's how they do us overseas, like they did him. They're going to spin that narrative and say, oh, man, if you look at all of his videos and you see that little gold chain he had on, that man wouldn't have fought them people for that gold chain. He'd have took that thing off and gave it to him, man. It was nothing he had around his neck. See, but they'll spin that and they'll make that the story. Knowing good and well it's not the story, man, because, you know, you're dealing with people over there in Colombia, man, you know, them corrupt police and officials, man wasn't trying a dent. If he was fighting them off for that gold chain, man, I doubt it, man. Yeah, they spent the story, man, and that's the shame about it. James Land says, I would rather deal with good people who cost more than shady people giving the deal. Absolutely. And, you know, her friend, and I love the friend, but the boyfriend, he's an engineer. And he, you know, he's trying to assume we're going to work with him on the property. He keeps talking about cheap. Everything comes out of his mouth. Oh, it's cheap. I don't want cheap, man. I don't want to move into my house and the roof is leaking. The walls is cracking. The foundation is splitting. I don't want that kind of cheap. Here's my budget. Give me the best you can buy with the budget. Even if it's just one big room, give me that with the best materials and stuff you got. Hey, Timothy Bright, thanks for that super chat. He says, what'd he say? He says, when you and Big John laugh about Tampo, I didn't know what it meant, so I Googled it. I'm not an expat, but in America, I want food, sex, and Tampo. If you guys agree, shout out, amen. No, you don't want Tampo. Well, John said he likes it because it's some peace and quiet every now and then. I've never dealt with it. I will not deal with it. And I promise you, if they try to pull that on me, I will leave right now. Don't pull that on me. Yeah, Timothy Bright, you don't want that. Hey, James Madden, I'm going to shout you out, brother. Captain Billy Jack. Oh, man. I remember Billy Jack, guys. We had so many characters, man, fighting and stuff in the 70s, man. But y'all remember Billy Jack. Thanks for that super sticker, brother. Yeah, but if you want to come over and do some stuff like that, man, you know. And the guy asked me, he said, what do you mean, Calvin, vet these women? How are we going to vet them there in the Philippines? Well, what I mean is take your time and get to know them the best you can. Don't make any impulsive decisions. I've seen people come over here and get married in 2 weeks. You know, they'll come right over here like he did and start building, buying land, and then next thing you know, they're going to blame it on the Philippines and say, oh, well, she put me out, she took everything I had. All right? Well, you play a part in that, man. Take your time. Come over here. Get to know where you live, where you're going to live. You know, just sit around. Trust me, man. One thing about the Philippines I really, really like, you don't even have to ask questions. You just got to sit around. They're going to tell you everything you want to know. Man, they gossip over here. I'm sitting around at the beach yesterday, and the lady that came with us, she's in her 50s, 53, I think she said she was, a professional. Because I said, hey, let me interview you, because a lot of guys want a professional, educated lady, you know, middle-aged like you. But she's too shy. But anyway, she's a friend of my girlfriend's. Well, hell, she got to tell, she said, out of the clear blue sky, I'm just sitting there. She said, I know about Marilyn's love life. And she started telling me about, you know, the situation before I met her. And I'm like, well, see, this is what I be trying to tell guys. You know, just sit around. You're going to learn everything you need to learn. You know, is she a good woman? Can you trust her? You know, don't come over here thinking you know people. You don't know them, man. You know, it's not going to turn out good. Just give it a little time. You know, because the Philippines is not going anywhere. You know, and the women certainly aren't going anywhere because they can't go anywhere. Number one, they can't afford to. Number two, the country's not going to let them go anywhere. If it was that easy, you guys would, hey, meet me in Thailand, meet me in Singapore and all that, see? But it's hard to get out of here, man. And if you do decide to try to get her a tourist visa, don't put money in the bank all at once. They see that. They're not stupid over here. Give it to her a little bit at a time over 3, 4, 5 months. See, you already going and plan that now. Give her the money, have her putting it in there, and then, you know, maybe, you know, because see, they've got small lots over here. You can buy for $1,000. She's got to have something that's going to tie her to this place. That's going to make her come back here. See? Otherwise, they're not going to let her go. Or a job, you know, and not just any job. She's got to have a contract. Hey, Vince Lawson, thanks for that super chat. He said, Uncle Cal, when the floodgates open, do you think the price of apartments and rental homes will skyrocket? You remember, the Philippines is one of those places that's take it or leave it with their prices. I'm thinking, see, this is the way they do business over here. They're not going to do it like over in America and the West where they'll say, we're going to deal with volume. We'll get you a little bit at a time. No, we'll get $1 from 1 million people. Over here, they try to get $1 million from one person. And yeah, I don't think the apartments are going to go up, but a lot of other stuff is going to go up. The apartments are not going to go up because, you know, nobody's renting them now anyway. You know, the smart business people over here, they're going to give you a deal. See, real estate is booming, man. The Philippines, and we were talking about it yesterday at the beach, was one of the fastest growing economies in all of Asia, if not the fastest growing in Asia. Hey, thanks, Levon White, for the super chat. Said, Dr. Calvin, I will sleep better tonight after this session. Hey, I appreciate you, Levon. They started spring practice yet? Because I'm going to check him out. I'm going to follow your son, Kobe White. But yeah, it doesn't, other stuff like hotels, yeah, they're going to go up. The hotel here is already, they get a lot of restaurant business, okay? So they're making a lot of money. But at first they weren't. So me and my girlfriend stayed over there. I just wanted to see what it was like. The Ma Awani Hotel, Marie Awani Hotel. Nice place. Food is the best in the Philippines. I don't care. I've been all around the Philippines. I'll argue with you on this. And they were giving 30% off the rooms. See? Now, that the restaurant is packed now and everything, no more 30% off, see? So everything's going to go back to normal when it opens up. There's not going to be any deals to get you to come in. They're going to be like, yeah, well, you want to come to the Philippines, you know, what you see is what you get, Vince. You know, so that's why I say save your money, man. But, you know, it's still the Philippines. You're still going to be able to get an Airbnb for $10 a night if you the type of guy like me that I'm not fancy. They've got an Airbnb here for 700 pesos a night, air conditioned, cable, Wi-Fi. They'll wash your clothes for you. Yeah, 700, but there's nothing in San Carlos. See? But yeah, I would suggest, you know, that you save your money right now. Kona Ranger, thanks for that super sticker. But that's just the way the Philippines does business. They're not going to try to nickel and dime you. They're going to hit you over the head with it. See, but let me remind you guys of something. The domestic tourism, which is the backbone of the tourist industry here in the Philippines, has to open up first before they ever let you here. And see, me and one of my subscribers were going back and forth. We weren't arguing. I was just trying to. He wasn't sure of that. He had to be. I had to prove to him this, and I proved it to John yesterday. We went to that beach. It was packed. I said, man, Filipinos live for the weekend. They go out to these resorts. They patronize them. They go to these hotels and all these places under normal circumstances. There's 110 million people here. Only 8 million people visited here, and which is going up, but only 8 million foreigners visited here, tourists, in 2019. That's nothing compared to, just say half the population travels. Just to the local beaches and resorts and everything. That's 50 million people, man. They got to open that up first. If they just open that up, people will go back to work. The economy will start back booming again. But it's closed down. You can only go to the places close by you. But yeah, Filipinos, man, you think they ain't got no money, man. They will save. Man, let me remind you, they save their money. They live for the weekend. Let me tell you this. When my son was born in 2012, he was premature, 7 months, 2 months premature. He spent 18 days in the hospital, 16 in the incubator. My wife was in there for 5 days. The bill was like $350,000. I had something like $300,000 cash. That's all I had. You got to pay it all. Don't you know a Filipino loaned me 50,000 pesos? I was shocked. I didn't even know he had it. Here's a guy who was earning 7,000 pesos a month. And he had a wife and a child. But he saved just about every crayon peso he had, man. And to this day, if the guy asked me for anything, I send his wife and kids money all the time just because, man, I love him for that. Filipinos, they save money, man. They got money. Don't think they don't. And they go to these places, guys, you know. And until they open up that domestic tourism, get it running, they're not just going to let you guys in first. That's backwards, you know. Hey, what's that? Ben Wynn says a new normal will return in May 2022. You're about right. I honestly believe that, Ben. Ishmael Marsh says once it does open back up for tourists, the ladies will be on the guys like white on rice. Absolutely. I did a video on that and took a lot of flack for it, but look, I'm over here. I'm not gonna tell you a lie because it's gonna open back up. I don't want you to come over here and say, oh, hey, look at Calvin, he was talking bullshit. No, there's droves of women over here, man, and they're lonely. Yeah, they walk around in droves. That's why I made the name of the video, you know, the droves of women are waiting. We were at the beach yesterday, man. It's just too many women. I don't see the men. I'll be like, well, where's the men? But I lost my train of thought. Me and John, we were at the beach. And John was like, man, wow, look at all these SUVs over here. And I was like, yeah, because the Philippine economy is booming. He's like, I thought only the rich people own SUVs. I was like, no, John, they have the same problem here as we got in the hood. People got their priorities messed up. See, yeah, you know, big trucks and big SUVs over here are a status symbol, just like they are over there. And hell, how many times you ride through the projects and you see the nice rides in there, and you be like, his car costs more than the house. Same here. They do the same thing, but over here they're not. There's no credit bureau like the ones we got in America. See, that's why I put the Philippines way up there as a place for expats. Because the minute you get off the plane, ladies and gentlemen, you can come and get the nicest apartment you want to do. They're not going to vet you, long as you got the money. I mean, you get the car, you get the motorcycle, the furniture, the apartment, the woman, all in one day. You set in one day. Where else can you do that? Nowhere else on the planet. And probably, listen to this, you're not even going to spend $1,000 to do it. Now, let's argue about that. See, this is the boots on the ground information I'm giving you. You know, the real nitty gritty. You get off the plane with $1,000, you're going to have down payment on your motorcycle, down, you know, the first and last month rent, you're going to furnish your house, and you're going to have the woman for $1,000. See? Where else can you do that? And the weather's going to be, the sun's going to be shining when you get here. That's for sure. Hey, Dole Macon, he says, Calvin showing love. A. Macon says that 3-year visa expires soon. He won't be able to come back. Let's see, what he's saying. All right. For at least a year. Well, I got some things working, man. You know me, I'm not one, I'm a hustler. I've been a hustler my whole life. I'm always thinking, I'm always one step ahead. See, I'm not gonna wait till November and be like, well, my 3-year visa will be up next month. What can I do? No, I'm already doing some stuff now. See, yeah, England. See, that's one possibility. Yeah, I could get married, or the SRRV. Remember that now. See, I can do that. You know, because now they lowered the amount. You know, for a veteran, I think it's only like $1,500. See, don't count me out. I invite you to the party. Hey, Michael Cosby, thanks for the super chat. He said, I would never marry in the Philippines. If it don't work out, you can't divorce her, and if you get another woman, she will have you arrested for adultery. Well, when you go back home to America, now you can divorce her. She can't get a divorce, but you can. Yeah, if you get married in the Philippines and you go back to America, yeah, you can get divorced. She can't. Yeah, see? So that's why I always tell guys, hey, I always tell people to do the K1. Do it for her sake if you really love her. Because if you marry her over here, she will never be able to get a divorce unless unless she gets an annulment. Hey, Dwayne Beck, that's why I would say, hey guys, if you really love your girl, and you're going to get her to America quicker anyway than that CR1 or whatever it is over there. But yeah, you can get a divorce. She can't, Greg Griffith says, are the Philippines the only place restricting people's movements within the country? I don't know, but from what somebody sent me a link, I didn't read it, and you got to be careful these headlines. It says that Thailand is opening up, I believe in July, for foreigners with no quarantine or anything. But then I read in the Manila Times this morning that they've got a spike in COVID cases now. And Calvin, wow, sounds, let's see what he says. Sounds harsh, but I've forgotten what a K1 or CR1 is. I misplaced my notes. K1 is the fiancé visa, Timothy Bright, where you You bring her to America, you got 90 days to marry her. The CR1 is you marry over here, and then you file for that visa. It takes a longer time. But there's some benefits to both of them. The CR1, when she gets over there, maybe a week later, she's already got her green card. The K1, you got to file that when you get married. You know, that takes about 6 months. But she'll get what's called a combo card. She'll be able to work and she'll be able to travel. And then the green card will come. Then you have to do the removal conditions. But see, that's how they get you too, guys. Be careful getting married over here and bringing them there, because guess what? The minute she gets over there, she's got that green card. And if Rod Yates is on here, he knows we used to belong to a Facebook group, and that's what happened to one of the brothers there. He married her here, waited for a year, brought her over there. She says, here's the red flag. This is the flashing red lights in his face, but he was so in love. I want to visit my relatives in New Jersey for 2 weeks first. And we were like, man, are you crazy? Don't you see what she's doing? No, she wants to visit her relatives she hasn't seen in a long time. I said, don't you know all that you've done? And she would be seeing me first. There's no relatives who didn't give a damn about her. It was another man. So the 2 weeks is over with. She comes back. She's in Florida for about a week. The green card comes. While he's at work, she jets. He ain't seen her yet since. He's mad, trying to get her deported. It's too late. So that's one thing you got to watch out when you marry a Filipino here and then bring her there. She's going to get that green card within a week of her getting there. Sometimes it's waiting when she gets there. And if they're going to play any games, that's a good time to do it, because now she got the green card, you know. See, with a K1, at least that first 90 days, you can wait all the way up to day 89 and marry her, see if she's acting shady. And then not only that, you don't have to file for it's not automatic that you file for the green card right away. You can take your time to do that, see? But with that CR1, it's different, see? So that's something to think about, guys. That's why I was married. I was married there, and then she can get a divorce too. Stephen K said hit the courthouse on day 90. Yeah, I'm a procrastinator by nature. He says, yeah, it's the truth. You can vet her some more, and then even once you marry, you don't have to file for the green card right away, man. I know guys that still haven't applied for it yet. The girl can't work or anything. Yeah. He was heartbroken, man, you know. But we told him, I mean, a blind man could see that. Dude, she's going to see somebody else. Ain't no way I'm going to go through all of that, pay all that money. Then, you know, he's taking care of her for the whole year. And then she tells him, I want to go visit my relatives first for 2 weeks in New Jersey. I'd be like, the hell with your relatives. Tell them, you know, come down here to Florida. Yeah, she got him good. Yeah, Greg Griffin, yeah, it's foul. But you got to realize he got unlucky because he had hot pants syndrome. He was one of those guys that came over here. He married the girl on his 2 weeks here, man. Come on, you can't do that. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, Jason Flint, man. You could see that from a mile away. I mean, I don't know what, but, you know, I mean, he got mad at us for telling him that. Like, man, you crazy. Ain't no way. Yeah. That CR1 visa, man, is, you got to be careful, you know, because I know what y'all want to do. You want to marry him in front of the family and all that. Yeah, but now, you know, you're really taking, yeah, CR1 visa is a conditional resident visa. Yeah, it's totally different than that K1, man. K1 gives you more time to vet them, more time to be together, see? I wouldn't get married over here, man, and do that CR1. It's going to take a while anyway. For, you know, It's gonna take a while for her to get over there, maybe like a year or something like that. Kona Ranger said you don't need a green card now in California. Wow. Yeah, but they need one. Yeah, in Kentucky, you need one. You know, you're considered a permanent resident. He said, I thought this was scheduled for the evening. Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Experience. No, I do it in the morning, Ron, because, you know, it's night on the East Coast and like in the evening in America. Hell, if I did it I did that one time. I made a mistake early on and wasn't nobody on here because, hell, everybody was asleep. Yeah. Yeah, you marry I would marry in America, man, but you can do whatever you want to do. The Bitcoin lover says that they're allowing flights into Cebu from America. Yeah, but remember, you got to have an existing visa or valid visa, not for tours. Because I flew in to Cebu. I always do now. I never fly into Manila anymore. Hey, Michael Cosby, thanks for that super chat. He said, I understand, Calvin, but if you live in the if you live in the Philippines, yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. Like you and Mary, it won't work out. Absolutely. You cannot marry again in PR. That's right. And if you get another woman PR later, it's adultery. Absolutely. See, that's the crazy. Yeah, see, okay, you clarified it now. Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking you're saying if you move over there. No, you're right. I would be toast. Me, because I don't know, even if they put me out of here, I'm not going back to America, not for a while. Amen says, I wish you all the best, Calvin, with fixing all these problems. What problems? As you said, it takes forever to get something done in the Philippines. It does, but I don't have any problems. Hey, Robert Doty says, hi, Calvin, love your channel from Southern California. Will American men and Filipinos ever be the same, or has COVID changed it forever? I think it's going to be better, really. I think the COVID is going to make everything better because it slowed everybody down. It's saving us from ourselves. Remember my video I did the other day? We're the number one danger to ourselves over here. It's not the woman, it's not the terrorists, it's nothing that. It's not the bad guys, it's you. See, and that's what the COVID has done. It's shut us down. How many of you guys, let's be honest, man, put your hand up, would be married now? Already done started the process and spent thousands of more dollars if it were not for COVID. See, this COVID is helping you now. You can take your time. This is how we vet them. No, we don't send an investigator after her. You can only tell a lie so long, man. Eventually, you're going to trip up. If she's lying, she's going to trip up. So you just take your time. You talk to her, get to know her the best you can online, you know. And if she trips up, then, hey, you know, you haven't lost anything. But, yeah, the COVID has saved us, man, and I think it's going to be better. James Lyon says, I would be. I ain't going to lie. Yeah, I know. You know, Jason Flint got his hand up. Frank L. said, COVID is saving some people. Absolutely. They don't even know it. I'm glad you guys are honest, man, because it's true, man. This COVID has saved some of you guys, because I'm going to tell you, man, if you've never been here to the Philippines before and, you know, you're chomping at the bit to get over here, man, it's going to knock your socks off, man. I'm going to tell you, it blindsided me because I didn't know what to expect. You know, I be trying to put y'all up on game on stuff I've done, but it still ain't going to help you. When you get over here, man, we seen some beautiful women yesterday at that beach, man. I be like, man, these women are so, I mean, they're just beautiful, man. All ages, all sizes, all colors, you know, and you just ain't used to it. You know, and she's going to be sitting there looking all innocent at the airport waiting for you. And you're going to be in trouble, man. That's your first test. If you can pass that test, you got a chance. But most of us, we cannot pass that test. Michael Cosby, man, I'm right there with you, really. That's my last resort, because if I get this house built, man, even to the point of almost being built, I really don't want to leave this place, man, because it will never get built if I'm not here. You know. John Wells said, tell me about the only bikini we saw yesterday. See, because it's right. Now, this is a nice place. No bikinis but one. And she looked like the Pillsbury Doughboy. And she had on this bikini, man. It really looked terrible. I mean, I was eating a piece of chicken and I threw it away. That's how bad it looked. But, you know, she thought she was looking good. Hey, yeah, guys, let's hit the like button. Let's see if we can get 250 on her before I get off here. Gil Simonet, the world traveler, said, Cal, when I visit her again, I need you to hook a brother up. Absolutely, man. It's a lot of them, but me and John were talking about it yesterday. I said, see, here's another, I'm going to give you another one of my secrets. This is going to work. Just say hello to every woman you see. I guarantee you, man, you're going to get played. That's all you got to do. They're going to speak back, and it just depends on, and you got to listen up, though. You'll be able to tell. She'll say, hey, you know, hi, but she'll say, hi, you know. She's going to tell you, man, it's simple over here, guys. You don't need that dating site. That's why I didn't take the ladies trying to, oh, you're the perfect channel for us. You got the clientele that we need. Well, no, because I don't advocate you, lady. Oh, well, this is a Christian. I wouldn't care what it is. But they're devils on your Christian site. Hey, Stephen K., thanks for that super chat. He says, what I'm saying is your Filipino spouse is probably happier in the Philippines. Absolutely. I made a video on that. I'm comfortable in any country, so it's not a big deal for me to go live in a different country. Wouldn't be the first time in my life culture shock for a Filipino. Yeah, see, Stephen K., you're exactly right. I did a video on that. I said, why you should keep your Filipino wife or girlfriend in the Philippines. She's going to be happy. And then, of course, I got hit with that. Well, I just want to take her to see the world. Well, hell, you can take her around the Philippines and she'll see a new world. They do not travel, guys. You know, I'm telling you. They do not travel. That Lackawanna Island, now my girlfriend lives 4 hours from there. Never been there. Sapalai, 6.5 hours from there. Never been there. Yeah. Siquijor, right down there by Dumaguete, 4 hours from here. Never been there, guys. Cebu, I'm the guy that took her around these places, man. It's crazy. You know, so you can do that because, okay, here's what I'm trying to tell you. See, when you get over here, and that's why I tell you, wait till you get over here, then you're really going to know who you're dealing with. You see some of these houses, you're going to see from where these girls are coming from. You cannot take them from there to where you're trying to take them all in one swoop. It's levels to it, man. It's steps to it. Some of these women, they're in the far province where this beach resort was yesterday. Man, if you take them to San Carlos City, they're going to have culture shock. So then you talking about taking them from there straight to America? You're going to take them from there and then, of course, to Manila to do all the, their minds are going to be blown before they ever get out of the Philippines. Then by the time you take them to America, you're done, man. You cannot do it. You cannot do it, man. There's some places where we were yesterday, there's no signal. They can't even get on the internet. Remember, only 45% of adults in the Philippines have access to the internet. Less in the province, 34%. This is 2021, guys. Y'all don't understand. Them women borrow them phones and they get online at the internet place. You really don't know them, man. You don't know who you're talking to. Come over here, get to know her, vet her. Find out where she's coming from before you start making all these decisions. because you're gonna see some stuff that's gonna blow your mind. And you're gonna be like, man, yeah, I'm telling you, man, you better slow down, man, dealing with these women. Let me see. But see, that's both ways anyhow, Mike V. He said, you know, you're right. It says if it doesn't work out with the K1, even after 6 months of marriage, you're responsible for her financially for 10 years. Well, you got to file that affidavit of support. Yeah, that's what that is. Either way. But if she gets married again, you're not responsible. And trust me, she's going to get married again. You know, they're going to get married again because they're going to want to stay over there in that country. They can't make it over there by themselves. They got the support group, but they would rather be with somebody. Filipinos, they move on quick. She's going to find somebody, man, you know. But yeah, you're right about that. But that's with any of them. You got to sign that affidavit of support, you know. That's why I say if you, there's no guarantee. But at least if you vet her, you know, because see, I'm going to tell you something, man. Me and my wife were together 4 years. Well, 6 years. Well, let's see. No, 4. From 2010 2014, before we got married and I brought them over there. See, and you say, well, it didn't work. No, it worked. Me and my wife, man, we were not fighting. We were not arguing. We did not fall out. She did not leave me. I didn't leave her. We still loved each other. The split came when we packed it up and moved to the Philippines in search of a new life. I found a new life. She wanted to go back to America in 6 months, guys. Listen to me. See, I vetted her. When I brought her over, man, we had a good relationship. Everything was right. But she wanted to go back. I'm like, after 6 months, I can't do it. And I knew she had made up her mind, see. I wasn't going to be her. I wasn't going back, and I wasn't going to be here by myself. So when I figured she was going there and never coming back, okay, when now let's start the procedures, because I'm never coming back over there, not to live. So, and that's why, you know, we split up. But I vetted her. I knew she was the right one to bring over there anyway. You know, it's just that she threw that wrench into, you know how they do. They threw salt in the game. You know, I'm not giving up everything. I had to give up all my clientele. I gave up to guys, turned them over. I told them, look, I'm leaving. I may never come back. You know, gave up my house. Everything of value I gave to my children. I basically came over here. I had $17,000. That was it. And then, you know, my monthly income was going to kick in January. And then after 6 months, you telling me to go back? No, I'm sorry. And that's what happened, see? That's what happened. And now I'm with somebody else. I think she's with somebody else. I'm sure she is. You know, and I'm not mad at her, but she won't do the divorce. I can't do it from over here. Or can I? Somebody help me. Because if I can, I will. But I think that amen, is this the real amen? Because this amen, I think this is a fake amen, because the amen that's on here today, he's acting like a troll, man. The amen that's on here normally, he would never say some of the stuff this guy's saying. You know, because they doing all that foolishness now with these fake. But I'm with James Lyons. Don't take him home now, you know. Because now, me and my son, we're split up. And I can't get back to Zamboanga right now. But as soon as it opens up, I'm going to get him. But you know, I missed him terribly, man. Because of the foolishness she's done. You know. Sperling Edwards, I was thinking about going to Vietnam, Thailand, or Bali if they open up first and wait till the Philippines open up. But hell, if you go to Bali, hell, you may not come to the Philippines. They say Vietnam is really nice, you know, but Vietnam is a lot more strict. That's why they're open, they're fully open, their economy. Their economy's grown something like 2-3% during this pandemic. because they got right on it, but you know, they're strict. They got a dictator or something over there, and they don't have a whole lot of privacy. See, but yeah, you allowed to go to Vietnam, one of them places. You be like, well, the hell with the Philippines. See, that was my problem. The only reason I'm here now is because I never went anywhere else. Who's to say that Bali and all those other places wouldn't be a better match for me? But I never went anywhere else, guys. You know, it was so nice for me over here. It fit like a glove for me. I never went anywhere else, which was crazy. Frank Ellis. Well, hell, you might have knew. Did you know Gregory Mitchell, Frank Ellis? He said, I'm 6 years Air Force. I was stationed at Clark Air Force Base just before the volcano hit. Hell, y'all might have been stationed together. But yeah, I can say Gregory Mitchell all I want. It's thousands of Gregory Mitchells, guys. I'm not being specific. They said, you don't need to be saying his name on a worldwide forum. I'm glad you gave me that compliment and then tell me that my channel is a worldwide forum. Yeah, you got 300 people watching this, guy. Y'all nitpick. Nice 97420 Empire says, do you live where there are blackouts? If that is a problem for you, yeah. And it's getting to be more of a problem. And you're never going to get used to that. I've been here for 12 years. You just don't get used to it. They're becoming more frequent here. I don't know why. They got this super fancy, modern solar farm. I'm talking about hectares and hectares of solar energy being, and its power, one of the only solar farms in the Philippines generating power, but it's going to the electric company, not us. And brownouts, yeah. You're not going. It's gonna piss you off to, you know. But that's a good thing about living in Expat Alley. If you get the brownout, then you can go to the mall. There's no damn malls here, really. Hey, Jason Flint, thanks for the super chat. He said you could get divorced when COVID was new in the first few months. My divorce, yeah, from 1/1/20 to 8/1/20. We never went to the courts at all. Everything's online. Yeah, they get, you know, when it's first hit, man, they gave all types of, you know, leeway. And yeah, you were fortunate, man. And I'm glad it worked out for you, man. You know, sometimes it just don't work out, man. Mel A says, hey, Mr. C, how y'all? Stuck in an elevator between floors in Brooklyn. Wow, the other day. Now that would drive me crazy. I think that would be crazier than a brownout. Because I get claustrophobic, man. I be on them planes coming over here. If you claustrophobic, man, you better get something for it when you get on that 18-hour flight. Because I'm not afraid to fly. I just get claustrophobic. And then because see, that's why I'm glad I was an insurance agent. I've had some great jobs, but I'm a clock watcher. And see, I'll sit there and look at that clock for 18 hours, man. That'll drive you crazy. But yeah, guys, I got about 6 minutes left before I got to get off of here. We got to go pick up the survey, and I'm going to send her over there. She got to talk to them people. They're going to have to move that. Mike B, you funny. He said, keep your feet shoulder width apart, bend at the knees, and hit that like button. I'm going to send her over there and tell them guys, look, politely, move that fence, you know, because they don't know me for real, see. I send somebody over to bulldoze it down. I pay them 200 pesos to tear it down, and they won't know who did it. It'd be like a hit. I send a 2-man squad over there at night. Hey, thanks, Derek. Casamaris, he said, good luck with your new property. But yeah, I'm shaky about that. I don't like the way they do business over here. That's my worst nightmare. But I don't know how far it is. I'm going to have to go over there and see. But it doesn't really matter, man. You know, it just, if you're gonna come that far, then you might come that other way. See, um, Paul M says, "Good luck with your home bill, Calvin." Thank you. Yeah, I just got a small budget, man. You know, I'm gonna show y'all that you can build a nice house over here. You know, you ain't gotta, you know, go bankrupt to do it. You know, the guy says, "Oh, don't do it. I spent $238,000." Man, I'm not gonna spend a fraction of that. Did you hear my budget is $15,000? That's better than, you know. And if she wants to complain about that, you know, she can go back to over there sleeping on the dirt floor if she wants to. I'm sorry. But you got to be like that, guys. You know, 15,000 is a lot over here, 750,000 pesos. Then I'll spend another maybe 250,000 on the guest house. See? Yeah, no need to bail out like the brother in Colombia. Exactly. But some guy came on her and said, "Don't do it. Don't be like me." And as soon as I got finished, she put me out. Well, you didn't vet the lady, man. I vetted this woman, you know. And then, okay, all together with the land and the house, it's 30,000. Okay, I'm not gonna lose no sleep over that if she decides to throw me out over that. All right, I'll go somewhere else in the Philippines and do it all over again, you know. But you got to be smart over here, man. I'm not gonna, you know, that 238,000 over here, man. That's 10 million pesos. Why would you take a woman from a Cubo with a dirt floor and a dirty kitchen and put her in a 10 million? She should put your stupid ass out. And you're going to take her to a 10 million peso home. She should have kicked you out and sold the house and bought it and went back there and spent, because I was showing John, you can spend $1,000 and build a house over here, which is probably what she did with your goofy self. $10 million house, 10 million peso house over here. You need to be kicked out, and she needs to take everything you got. No, Jason Plain, I'm dead serious, man. You know, yeah, Biggie B says, "You're right, man, keep the house small. Less to clean and worry about things breaking." But she don't have to put a hit on me if things don't work out. I will walk away from that. Hell, you know, I walked away from one 10 times more expensive over in America. So you think I won't walk away here? But see, if you start building them 10 million and you having trouble, then you're going to have a two-man tandem come after you. Yeah, because they'll do it over here and it won't cost nothing. Hey, Timothy Bright, thanks for that super chat. He said, "I don't have residual income monthly, but will get a decent settlement from my accident. What's the total cash amount to have to leave America?" I wouldn't know, Timothy. Really, I don't know how old you are. Because I'm taking I'll be 58 this month. I'm taking my Social Security 62. I don't care what the experts say. I don't care what all them financial gurus say. Give me mine at 62. Now, how old are you? Can you make it till 62 or whatever it is? I wouldn't know. That's kind of hard to say, man, over here. Now, if you just say, for instance, you had 200,000 because somebody did that before. I don't know if you're going to have that, but if you spend, not 200,000. Yeah. That's about 18 years right there at $1,000 a month. 1,500 a month, you're looking at about 15 years. You know, it depends on who you are, your lifestyle and all of that, you know. Yeah, Ben, 67 is a full Social Security, but I don't care. Give me what I work for at 62, because it's not going to be that much difference. Now, you do get some benefits from taking it at 67, because my sister retired at 67. She can still work. She's a school teacher. See, she can still work. There's no limit on what she can earn. But see, I'm through working. Give me mine at 62. I'm just going to stay over here. Yeah. Reginald Graham said, Calvin, I took mine at 62. take it at 62. You might not live to be 63. Get it as soon as you can, absolutely. See, there's no guarantee that I'm going to live to be 62. So if I make it to 62, give me mine now. That's just how I live, you know. Paul M says, I think you're going to get a lot of visitors. Well, you know, I've already put the rule book down. You know, just give me an advance notice you coming. You got 1 week so everybody can come. I just want you to come to see San Carlos, and, you know, I'm going to be your tour guide, too, while you're there. Skip in LA says, you're going to sing up for Medicare. Sign up for Medicare. Yeah, once I get 65. See, you know, I'm not going to qualify for, you know, unless, you know, you got disability or something like that. But yeah, absolutely, because I work for that. I pay my taxes for that. And, you know, the VA over here, it's not like having a VA over there. Now, with that Medicare, I can go to Guam, which is 4 hours away from here. See? Hey, Frankie Stanley says, thanks again for the information, Calvin. You cover many topics and tell us like it is, which is your goal. That information is so valuable to us, to better people in the Philippines. I'm 60 now. Yeah, thank you, Frank. And I just give it to you, man, how to give it to me, how my mother gave it to me. Because it's not going to do any good, man. Flying drones all over here. I just tell you the simple stuff that's going to help you. Come over here. Get offline. Save your money up. Because you can always get online, guys, over here. And it's even better. See, that's the secret, too, I'm going to give you. It's better if you're going to get online over here. Then that way she can't be asking you for money and all that. Look, I'm already here. I'm right around the corner. Okay. But come over here a couple of days. We spoke with Ron. I ain't going to say his last name. We had lunch with him. He came up from Dumaguete. One of my subscribers. He's got a channel. Pumpkin Joe's Philippine Experience. He wanted to meet me. We all ate, me, him, and John, our girlfriends. I think he's married. And he said he met his girlfriend, his wife over here. They were introduced. See what I'm saying? But you don't have to listen to me, guys. You know, I'm just telling you the truth. You don't have to meet them girls online. You only getting a small percentage. You come over here, you're gonna get your socks knocked off, and you're gonna kick yourself anyway. Because the woman you deal with now, she's got a bunch of powder on her face, and she's doing all kind of stuff to make herself look good. When you get over here and that powder, that sun, the sweat, you're gonna take all that powder off her face. It's gonna scare you, and you're gonna kick yourself because you're not gonna be able to get rid of her for 2 weeks. You're stuck with that. So good luck. But okay, guys, thank you so much for your super chats, your super stickers. Let's get 250, man. We're at 245. The thumbs up before I get over here. If you're in America, it's getting late. Before you let your head hit the pillow, please find somebody to help. But if you're on one of them late grocery runs, beer runs, weed runs, or you're just getting off second shift, or you on your lunch break, and you see somebody in the street, buy them something to eat, buy them something to drink, give them a couple of dollars. In the Philippines, it's 11 a.m. You have the whole rest of the day to find somebody to help. No excuse not to intentionally go out and find somebody to help. Millions of people over here starving, man. There's not a day goes by I don't help somebody. Not because I want a pat on the back, because it's the right thing to do, man. I live better than 75% of the population over here. Why do I can't sit around and watch people starving, man. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. We help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay COVID free. I'll see you next time. Thank you, Stephen K, for that super sticker. Peace out, guys. Remember, Friday, me and John gonna be live. Y'all can mess with John now. Give me a break. Take care, everybody.